Alex, they told me, you're over 50. Version Voyages is for the Instagram generation. It's loud, it's red, and they don't have a buffet. You'll hate it. Did you know if you shake a phone, a bottle of Moet appears? It is a party trick that makes you look like a magician, but costs you $100. And for a long time, I believed them. I thought Version was just a midlife crisis waiting to happen. A place where I'd be forced to listen to techno while pretending to understand TikTok trends. Now, before we board, I want to speak to the many of you watching who are in your 70s or 80s. While I love having you here, I have to be honest. Unless you are prepared to shake a leg and dance the jive until 2 a.m., this shit might not be your cup of Earl Grey. And no, doing a seated jive on your mobility scooter doesn't count. Of course, I might be completely mistaken. Some of you probably have more stamina than I do. If you're in this age group and you've braved the Virgin sailing, I want to hear from you. Was it a revelation or a regret? Drop in the comments. Tell me if I'm being a boring old soul. But as a gentleman who believes life is too short for average coffee or boring vacations, I decided to board the Resilient Lady. I went in expecting to feel like a chaperone at a college frat party. Instead, I found the most confusing, exhilarating, and arguably best solo experience of my life. But it wasn't all smooth sailing. There was the scooter incident, the issue of sleeping with an iPad, and the bathroom that gave me flashbacks to economy class. Is Virgin Voyages actually suitable for us, cruisers after 50, or should we leave it to the kids? Let's pour a glass of truth. This is the review. First, let's address the elephant in the room, the age. Everyone says Version is for 20-somethings. That is nonsense. The average age felt closer to 40 or 50. A nice mix. But this is where that age question comes in. While I was doing my morning laps on the proper 360-degree warp around promenade, bless them for keeping that tradition, I realized I was being hunted. An elder gentleman on a mobility scooter was doing laps right behind me. Round and round we went. It felt like a slow-motion Formula One chase, only with less sponsorship and more determination. I suppose he was getting his steps in by proxy, but I have to maintain my rule. Doing your cardio via a scooter doesn't count as hitting the gym. The point is, if you want a quiet, sedentary library, you won't find it here. This ship is designed for body dedication, even if that dedication is just trying to outrun a gentleman on a scooter. But if you are focused on wellness, oh my! 2 gyms, cardio and resistance, yoga, boxing, it's a ship designed for body dedication. Even if your body, like mine, is currently dedicated to digesting pasta, you appreciate the effort. Now to the food. There is no buffet. I can hear some of you panicking. Alex, where will I get my lukewarm scrambled eggs? Relax. They have the Galley. It's like a high-end food court, ramen, tacos, sushi, burgers. It's brilliant. And a ton of specialty restaurants. Mexican, Italian, razzle dazzle, which I have no clue what it is. It feels social, like planning a night out with friends. Speaking of friends, I have to give a massive shout out to Mike, a subscriber and a Rockstar passenger I met on board. Mike told me, Alex, you're a bon vivant. Go to the test kitchen. Mike, you were right. It's weird, it's experimental, and I loved it. Then there is the Wake, the posh spot. We had oysters, extra charge, but worth every penny. However, let me manage your expectations. I've read the review saying Virgin serves Michelin star level food. Let's calm down. Is it good? Yes. Is it amazing? Often. Is it true gourmet? No. It is excellent cruise food, but don't expect the Ritz. The service is where the millennial vibe hits hardest. The staff is young, beautiful, and incredibly eager to please. I call it golden retriever energy. They are happy just to be there, but they lack the finesse of luxury. They might bring everyone's food at the same time, or they may not. They might clear your plate, or they might leave you to admire your empty shelf for 20 minutes. And the room cleaning? You don't get a steward begging to turn down your bed. You just press that you want room cleaning. It's functional, but it's not pampering. And speaking of service, I have a story that perfectly sums up the Virgin crew. They are eager to help, even when the situation is, let's say, self-inflicted. I was at the Manor, the nightclub, enjoying the vibe, when disaster struck. One of the lenses of my glasses decided to resign and popped right out onto the dance floor. So picture this, a grown man on his hands and knees in a dark nightclub crawling through a forest of legs. And let me tell you, there were 300 legs surrounding me. Some very nice legs, I might add, but 300 obstacles nevertheless. Miraculously, I found the lens, but I couldn't fix it. I went to Sailor Services. I expected them to shrug. Instead, they whipped out a glass repair kit like a pit crew at Formula One. The crew member was amazing. I was blind as a bat, so he started fidgeting with that microscopic invisible screw to get the lens back in. He tried his absolute best, but unfortunately the little nano screw snapped. I was officially a pirate, one eye functional, one eye blurry. I spent 2 days stumbling around until we hit a port, where Vivian, a wonderful subscriber, had already booked me an appointment with an optometrist. Vivian, you are a lifesaver. Thank you. Thank you. This is actually why I didn't film as much on board as I usually do. It's hard to focus a camera when you can't focus your eyes. But there was a silver lining. I spent a lot of time at the ice cream shop. Lick me till I scream. Because as it turns out, you don't need 20/20 vision to enjoy a scoop of salted caramel. You just need a spoon and determination. Let's talk about where you sleep. The cabin is minimalist. And by minimalist, I mean there is no sofa, there is no wardrobe, just a curtain. It keeps the room feeling open, but it also feels a bit like a stylish college dorm. And the bathroom? It's an airplane bathroom that learned to swim. Tiny. But the real enemy was the technology. Everything is controlled by a tablet. Lights, curtains, TV, temperature. Do you know how annoying it is to have to sleep with an iPad just to turn off the lights because the switch is out of reach? And for my fellow creators, the desk is tiny. Trying to edit a video there was like trying to perform surgery on a tray table. To survive the tech struggle, you need coffee. Lots of coffee. The Grounds Club? 2 locations, proper espresso. As a coffee addict, I appreciate that Virgin treats coffee with respect. And then the alcohol. Virgin doesn't do drink packages. They do a bar tab. You prepay, you get a bonus, and you spend it. I love this. It makes a drink a social currency. I can buy a round for a friend without worrying if my package covers them. Also, and this is huge, if the menu says $9, it is $9. No added gratuity shock or unintelligible taxes. Love you for that, Virgin. Now, a tip for the savvy sailor. If you want to feel like a millionaire without breaking the bank, there is a way to get extra loot. I have a referral link in the description. It gives you a signing bonus, usually around $150 in sailor loot. That is $150 of free cocktails. Or those excellent coffees. Don't leave your money on the table. Before we get to your specific questions, let's do a rapid-fire round of the things they don't tell you in the brochure. I call this the Gentleman's Survival Guide. First, booze. Can you bring your own supply? Only wine, my friends. 2 750 milliliter bottles per cabin. Do not try to smuggle gin in a mouthwash bottle. They have seen it all. Pro tip, drink it in your own room or your balcony. If you bring that bottle to dinner, they will charge a $25 corkage fee. I'd rather spend that $25 on, well, more wine. Second, the app and the champagne version has a feature called Shake for Champagne. You shake your phone and a bottle of Moet appears. It is a party trick that makes you look like a magician, but costs $100. But be warned, the version app is a vampire. It sucks battery life faster than I drink espresso because the app controls everything: dinner bookings, the daily schedule, the champagne summoning. You must bring a portable power bank, otherwise, you'll be shaking a dead phone and no champagne will appear. Third, the thermal spa. Is the pass worth the extra money? Well, if you plan to survive Scarlet Night, the answer is yes. It has a mud room, salt room, and steam rooms. I call it the redemption zone. However, it is small. If you want a pass for the whole cruise, go there the moment you board. It sells out faster than the free oysters would if they had them. Fourth, laundry. There are no self-service machines, but they have a wash and fold bag for about $55 US. Now, looking at the bag, you think, that's small. Wrong. It's a TARDIS. It is a bottomless pit. I managed to stuff a week's worth of clothes in there. But a warning, this is an industrial wash. Great for your gym wear and t-shirts. Do not put your tuxedo or your silk cravats in there. They will come out clean, but they might fit a toddler afterward. Fifth, the internet. As a YouTuber, Wi-Fi isn't a luxury. It's a mandatory utility bill. I paid for the premium Wi-Fi because I have to upload these beautiful 4K videos for you fine people. I was prepared to be frustrated, but I was impressed. It actually worked. I managed to upload to YouTube from the middle of the ocean. So if you need to attend a Zoom meeting or stream a movie, the premium package actually delivers. And finally, power. The cabins have US and European plugs, which is civilized. However, if you are like many of us, over 50 crowd, and travel with a CPAP machine, bring an extension cord. The plugs near the bed are mostly USBs. Unless you can power your medical equipment with good vibes and a USB cable, bring a cord. But I have a feeling that Sailor Services will be able to help you. I want to address some comments from my previous version video, because you guys are sharp. Jack mentioned is a Rockstar and wouldn't need a tab. Jack, you are correct. The Rockstars are the elite tier. They get the suites, the richest rooftop access, and the VIP treatment. I didn't sell Rockstar this time, but I saw them. They walk with the confidence of people who don't have to queue for the Manor nightclub. Speaking of the Manor, great shows, terrible seating. If you want a Rockstar, arrive early or prepare to stand. Then we have Jenny, who commented, nice commercial. Jenny, I wish. I paid my own way. But I understand the skepticism. There is a lot of fluff out there. But then I read this from Steve Seattle, who wrote, I've watched a bunch of version videos. This is the best so far to tell the overarching story, rather than glorified home movies. Steve, thank you. That is exactly the mission. We aren't here to make glorified home movies or paid commercials. We are here to tell the story of the voyage. The good, the bad, and the unexpected. So, to Jenny and Steve, no scripts from corporate, just a man, a phone, and a very large bar tab. Greetings. Oh my God. You cannot talk about version without mentioning Scarlet Night. On other ships, you can skip the white party and read a book. Here, resistance is futile. The ship turns red, the entertainment jumps out from behind curtains. Pack something red and wear shoes that can get wet, because the pool party gets enthusiastic. And for my vices, the casino. It is massive, and best of all, non-smoking. I could watch my friends lose money without inhaling a pack of cigarettes. It's a comfortable, dangerous place. So, the verdict. Virgin Voyages is not perfect. It's loud, the cabins are basic, and the demographics can be confusing. But it felt adventurous. It made me feel younger. And most importantly, for the solo traveler, it is hands down the best experience at sea. The solo program is a masterpiece of social engineering. In fact, the solo program is so good, I made an entire video dedicated just to that secret sauce and how to hack it. If you are sailing alone, or even if you just want to understand the social dynamics of this ship, you need to watch that video next. Click here to see how to survive version as a solo gentleman. I'm Alex. Grab that bar tab credit in the description and I'll see you on the high seas.